Okay, should be going now. So,
Hello, everybody. Yeah, welcome back. We are doing another tier list today. This time, this is going to be Skylanders themed. And uh, do you want to explain, DJ?
you could do so. It was your idea.
Okay, fine. Anyways, since this was my idea, we decided to just cover the first game, for now at least. So as soon as we're done with the first game, we'll probably at a later date to cover the other games as well. And we may even do like two games in one episode, depending on how many Skylanders there are.
I think they only get more from here.
Oh wait, what about Superchargers though? Like I felt like they had less Skylanders in
They
that
had
game.
less flat Skylanders because they had the vehicles that count as that whole secondary set of them.
Right. Right. Yep.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. And of course, there's Imaginators with all the senseis and the reformed villains as well.
Yeah.
So never mind.
Imaginators, I can't recall. I think there might have been fewer there just because all the figures were bigger. Because I think they're like between Swamp Force and giant sized.
Possibly. I don't remember.
Yeah. But anyway.
Right. Okay, so
First things.
So who's first on the list?
An anvil.
Yay, the anvil. Yes. This anvil was basically like a power-up in one of the expansion packs of the game. I believe this was part of the Empire of Ice expansion pack.
I don't remember. It's been a while.
Neither do I. This thing basically creates a rainstorm of anvils and drops it on enemies, damaging them, while you also can attack them.
So instant Acme anvil then.
Pretty much.
Alright. Where should that go?
Well, since it's the start of the list, and since it doesn't really do that much damage, from what I recall, I think it's best if we put it in B tier.
B? Alright.
Yeah.
Let's see. Who would be next then? Shall we?
Let's shall.
Next up would be, if it'll actually let me switch. Excuse me. Is it going to be difficult for some unknown reason? How fun. How fun. It's being difficult for no good reason. Let's... Right. You have to do it the hard way, where I just have to tell it to open everything, I guess. So that it will all as one big group. Fine. So basically, instead of how I was doing it, I have to highlight everything first for some reason. Oh well.
Okay.
register. Nice and quick. Hello. Hello. Should. I don't know why it's having to decide to be a pain. I don't like when it's a pain, because it's heavily unnecessary. Come on. Oh, I don't know why it's being a pain right now.
Okay, maybe we can just do it from this screen and just drag it from here.
Maybe. Yeah, I guess we can't get... If we're not going to be able to get the big fancy one to work, we just have to use the ones from here. So next up would be
Gotta work
Bash.
with what you got.
Yep. Next up would be Bash.
Bash was an interesting character. In his backstory, he always wanted to fly, but he is clearly not able to. Where he lacks in wings, he is able to make up for it for his great strength and his ability to manipulate the earth around him.
I recall him
his
being fun
abilities
to
are
play.
also very cool.
Yeah,
That too, but
I recall
also,
him being fun to play.
Yeah, even I recall him being fun to upgrade as well. I always went for like the giant tail club and the triceratop horns that he has.
I think what also helped him a lot is I think he was one of the first ones that I got outside of the 3 that came with the game. So that probably helped as well.
Yeah, probably.
Where should we put
that? I think he deserves A tier. Like, he's a very fun, great Skylander to play with.
Yep.
Next up, we have Boomer.
I recall Boomer very well as being fun to play because he was one of the ones I would play as the entire game.
Yeah, I remember playing nonstop with Boomer. Like, he was fucking awesome.
Endless explosions everywhere. Always, all at once.
And one of his abilities allow you to drop bombs behind him infinitely. Yeah.
Yep.
So you can just like run away from your enemies as they are chasing you and drop a bomb.
Yep.
So for that, I think he deserves S tier.
Agreed. I also recall liking Camo, who is next.
Yeah, Camo was an interesting character to play as.
I specifically...
His backstory depicts him as a prankster, which I think is actually unique.
Yeah. I really enjoyed just going as fast as I could to watermelons and then just trying to destroy everything with the watermelons.
Yeah, like that was the best ability that he had.
Yeah.
I would always like get like groups of enemies together and then like as fast as I can spam the watermelons.
Yeah. Where did you go?
I think I think he deserves to go in A tier with Bash. He's not
Alright, Mr.
too
Watermelon.
overpowered. Yes. He's not too overpowered, but he's still a great character.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Chop Chop.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, I don't remember much about him, but I do remember fondly about him. His abilities and his attack moves were very powerful against stronger enemies, and he also had that cool sword upgrade as well.
I remember him well. I remember he does kind of have what you would expect of almost a soldier, like a medieval soldier. He has a shield, he has a sword. That's mainly what you can expect from him.
Yeah, I think that adds an overall depth to his character as well. Like, not only is he dedicated, but he also has a sense of duty to fulfill, even to an empire that no longer exists.
Mm-hmm.
That aside, I'm kind of leaning towards B tier.
Alright.
Next up, we have Cinder.
Yeah.
I think she was an okay character to play as. I don't remember fond memories of her.
I think the fondest memories of her that I have are just the Shadow Dash.
Yeah, like the Shadow Dash was very fun.
Yeah.
Her Lightning Breath is very different than the elements she had in the Legend of Spyro games.
I think I
also
played one of
like
those and
her...
then didn't get far enough to even really encounter her at all.
Right. But anyways, where are we ranking her?
I don't know.
I think B tier is fair. She's decent, but like not too crazy overhyped, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we have Mr. Spyro, Dark Flavor.
Yes, the dark flavor. My favorite flavor of ice cream. Just go to Baskin Robbins. Hey, can I get the dark flavor of ice cream?
From what I recall, he does actually change his the fire attack.
So is it like stronger than...
I don't recall if it's actually stronger or anything, but it was something about it was different. I can't recall if it was a different element or if it was a different color.
I think it was a different color. Because,
Possibly.
like, I remember his fireballs being purple. Anyways,
whatever it was, it was definitely purple. Let's see.
Let me see.
I'm trying to quickly look. I'm not necessarily seeing anything quickly, sadly. But yeah. I'm not certain where to put him. I recall Spyro being kind of fun, but I admittedly didn't really play as him that often.
Yeah, I think C tier is fine. Like, he basically has like a basic set of moves like flying, ramming, and fire breath. So
Yeah.
nothing unique. Okay. Next up, we have our first expansion pack, the Dark Light Crypt. Not gonna lie, this expansion pack was awesome.
Unfortunately, I don't remember what level that is particularly well.
Well, to give you a brief summary, there's a giant floating eyeball in the underworld, and he's forcing every ghost and skeleton to eat brains instead of pies.
No, go be normal undead creatures. Don't go after the pies. Be normal undead creatures.
Yeah, exactly.
uh,
Anyways, the cool feature is that there would be like a switch or a totem, or I don't remember what it was, but there was like a switch where you can travel between the ghost world and the normal world, and things would be different in the ghost world. Like enemies would be in places where they normally wouldn't be, yeah, and things would be unlocked where other doors would not be unlocked. That sort of thing.
huh.
I think that alone is why it was very fun to play. I think A tier is a great place to put this thing.
From what I remember of a very similar mechanic in Crash Bandicoot 4, yeah, that is a very fun gimmick to work around, where you have to turn on and off a switch to make things appear or disappear.
Yeah, that was very fun.
Yeah.
That's why I like it.
I recall playing with Dino Rang a decent bit. He was pretty fun.
I think it was okay. His moveset is not that interesting to me. Yeah, but his design is actually interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I do feel like it would have been, and this is kind of a thing in general, it would be kind of fun to see more of the other species of the sky, more members of the species of the Skylanders other than just like Gil Grunt, Boomer, and a handful of others.
Yeah, I think there was Yogron, Boomer, maybe Chop Chop because of the Archeans.
Yep. I think also a little bit of Double Trouble. But so many
That's
of...
Drill Sergeant.
Oh, Drill Sergeant. That's Double Trouble.
Yeah,
It's been a while since I've played any of the games, to be fair. But yeah, you barely see any of their species ever. So it would have been nice to see them a bit more.
Yeah. Especially considering where most of these Skylanders species are either the first of their kind or the last of their kind.
Yeah. Where should we put Dino Rang?
I think he deserves to go in B tier.
Alright.
He's okay.
I don't remember playing Double Trouble much. Which is funny that I therefore mistook him for Drill Sergeant, because I think I did play him before a decent bit for a while.
Anyways, Double Trouble was an interesting character, but gameplay wise, he wasn't really that good. His abilities ranged from magical attacks from his staff to mutating himself through his suicidal tiki guys. So yeah, nothing much to say about him. I think he deserves to go in C tier with Dark Spyro.
Alright. I kind of remember this DLC. Or expansion pack. Tech.
I mean, technically they are
Yeah,
DLCs. Technically,
technically.
but
But
anyways,
from what I recall, it was. It was. It was the one that came with Sunburn and was almost kind of Greek Olympus inspired in scenery, right?
pretty much, yeah. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Activision or Toys for Bob was inspired by the God of War games when making this. Because they also have that similar aesthetic where it's like Greek themed.
Yeah.
Because it's literally based around Greek mythology. And I'm
Yeah.
talking about the originals, not like the new ones where Kratos has like a full beard and a son.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like I'm talking about like the original three.
Alright. Yeah, I
That
can't
being
quite
said,
remember what the plot was for it, though.
so from what I remember, there was like an evil dark dragon cliche, yeah, who wanted to rule like a kingdom of dragons.
Hmm.
And then like one dragon, one red dragon named Flavius came and like asked the Skylanders for help to like help defeat him.
Hmm.
At the end, he was tricked into giving up the throne, and then Flavius took the place of the throne.
Ah.
And then, and then that dark dragon was turned into a statue.
Was it perhaps a statue in the same style as the original Spyro games?
Unfortunately, no, it was made out of stone.
Ah.
Yeah, not in those gem statues, unfortunately.
Where should we put it?
I think C tier, bruh.
Alright.
Like, there's not a lot of interesting mechanics, and I don't really care much for it, in all honesty.
Alright.
Next up, we have Drill Sergeant. This guy was very fun to play with. Like,
I recall him being pretty fun.
yeah, with his drill hands and his mounted cannon on his head makes like a perfect duo of attacking for both close range and long range.
So where should we put him?
I think I'm gonna put him in A tier, bruh.
Alright.
Like, he's a great character, but he's not quite up there. He
Yeah.
does have his flaws.
Yeah. I remember this guy very well. He was one of the ones I recall fully upgrading and playing as a lot.
Yeah, he was,
Especially that I
very-
could fly over the lasers with him.
Yeah, exactly. That that was fun.
Yeah.
Like,
I
Probot
don't
is,
think I have to ask about him.
yeah, I was about to say, like, he is definitely an S tier. Like, his moveset and his design is like very cool. Like, I love it. Okay. Next we have the Empire of Ice. Not gonna lie, I don't remember the plot for this expansion pack.
Hmm.
I think it was something about like I don't know, like some ice Cyclopses were like turning an entire sunny place into a winter wasteland.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Yeah, if now I haven't played the games in a while, but if even you can't remember what it was, I don't know that we can put it anywhere. At maximum, it probably has to go here.
Yeah, honestly, just put it there. Like, I don't remember much. You don't, so
Yeah.
like, put it in C. Okay. Next, we have Eruptor. He was one of my favorites in the first game. I even and like he's literally one of the originals I had, along with Gilgrunt, Spyro, and Trigger Happy, which came with the starter pack.
I recall occasionally playing it with the Eruptor, but I don't think I ever quite grew as attached to him as you did.
Yeah, over time he became overshadowed by other Skylanders that were stronger than him. And
he was fun, but I don't recall really getting. I don't recall ever fully upgrading him.
Well, I remember upgrading him, but to be honest, even when fully upgrade, he wasn't really that strong. That being said, I think he deserves to go in. Let's put him in C tier. He's not that strong, but it's not that terrible. Or actually, you know what? B tier.
Yeah, I was hovering over that because I was like, well, you had a strong attachment to him. That should mean at least a little more because this isn't an objective list. This is more of a general one.
Yeah.
I recall using. Why am I blanking on his name?
Yeah. Think about it for a second. Nah. Yeah. No. What is his element?
Flameslinger.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, I recall using him some, but clearly he didn't make the same level of impact as like Bash, Camo, Drobot, or Boomer.
Yeah, a lot of the Fire Skylanders in the first game really didn't like leave that much of an impression for me. Like they were fun to play as, but there were like some that were just like overshadowed by the other elements.
Yeah.
That being said, I think Flameslinger was a fun character to play as, and I think he deserves to go in B tier.
All right.
Next, we have Ghost Roaster. Probably one of the best Skylanders there is.
The main thing I remember about him is that he has a charge attack.
Yes, that's basically his most strongest ability. Yeah, when you upgrade it, like you keep upgrading that charge attack, you're pretty much invincible. Like I remember beating the entire game with just Ghost Roaster.
I don't think I ever got quite as attached to him either.
Okay, well, since you didn't have much of an attachment to it, I think he should go in A.
Yeah.
A tier.
Yeah, that's fair.
I also think there are like other Skylanders that are probably better than him, so that's why I decided to put him up there.
Yeah.
Okay. Next up, we have another expansion pack item, the Ghost Swords. These came with the Pirate Seas expansion pack, and they were pretty fun to use along with the other Skylanders. they basically make two swords pop out and start attacking random enemies.
Don't recall if that had a time limit or not on it.
Yeah, all expansion items had a time limit.
Yeah. Where should we put it?
I think we should put it in B tier with the anvils.
Alright.
Next we have Gilbrunt, the originals, the OGs.
I remember using him a little bit.
Yeah, same. Like, after I was done fully upgrading him, I kind of stopped playing with him.
Yeah.
I still think he's a very great character to play as.
Yeah, I think I got him everything except his soul gem upgrade, but he never struck me as the most he never struck me as one of the ones I particularly would go to, other than I need a water Skylander that isn't Zap, because my sister would always take Zap.
Okay, that being said, I think he deserves to go in. Let's put him in B tier. Like, he's a great Skylander, but there are other Skylanders that overpower him.
Yeah. Gilrunt was basically just an item at this point.
Was he an exclusive item, or was he like something you can buy off the internet?
I think he was one of those things where it was some sort of promotion. Same with the other mini Skylanders at the time.
Okay.
They basically just ran around you. I don't even recall if they attacked anything.
Yeah, I think not until like Trap Team, where you were both able to play it and also attack with it.
Yeah.
Yeah, for that alone, I think it should go in D tier.
Alright.
Okay, now we have this bottle thing.
Yeah.
Looks like the Forever Ever After red potion from Shrek 2.
I don't recall what this bottle does.
Anyways, I believe what it does is that, actually, you know what?
It's
I'm not going to assume. I'm going to...
I actually decided to look at the name, since since I have all the images, they do have names listed. I just hadn't looked before when it was when I had ended up mistaking the one for the other.
Called a healing elixir.
Yep.
So basically what it does, and I remember now, what is that it basically heals your Skylanders when you're in battle.
Ah.
Hence the name.
Yep.
Though of course a lot of other expansion items, it does have a time limit.
Yeah.
So with that, I think it should go in B tier.
Alright.
Next up, we have Hex.
Yep.
Do you remember anything about her?
Not really.
Okay, well, from what I remember, I actually liked her as I started playing more of her. And that was during when I was trying to upgrade a lot of my Skylanders. Like her double skull shooting attack, it's very strong, and her design is actually pretty cool. Though I can't say she's really the best, so I'm gonna go with C tier.
Alright. I remember the chest. It caused a random chest to spawn. somewhere and you had to hunt for it.
So wait, was it
If I
like,
recall.
did it only work in a level, or can it like
I
work
think it
anywhere?
works. I think it works anywhere.
Okay. I wouldn't say that's really useful because all it is just getting money out of it, right?
I think so. I think it was whatever you could find in a normal treasure chest. You can just
Yeah, for that
basically
I
summon
think.
one.
Yeah, I think for that it has to go in F tier.
Alright.
Next we have Igniter.
Yep.
He was definitely an interesting character to play, but I could not remember fondly of any of his movesets.
Yeah, I don't remember much about him.
I remember vaguely of what his origin story was. Like, he was a fire spirit, and then he was, like, tricked into being encased in a suit of cursed armor.
Hmm. Where should we put him?
I think I'm gonna have to go with D tier.
Alright. Then we have clearly the legendary
Next we have
Skylanders.
Legendary.
Yeah. I don't recall much. I don't think legendaries have much difference other than color.
Yeah. Maybe put them up where their original variants are.
Sure. Well, technically not the original variant, but another variant.
Yeah.
And then this guy, we haven't done his variant, his original yet. I'm just gonna slide him over there while we wait.
Yeah, good call.
Also, since we are on doing that with the variants, we're just gonna do that too.
Yeah, we should have put the variants in the very back.
Yeah.
But anyways, Lightning Rod, what do you have to say about him?
I don't recall using him much.
Yeah, I think I only remember using him like once in like one of the levels. I think it was when you were supposed to get the skeleton. What? Okay, I'm dyslexic. What am I saying? A skeleton key. Anyways, I don't remember much, so I'm gonna put him in. I'm gonna put him in F tier.
Yeah, I'm gonna say that's fitting as well, because he is effectively just your traditional god design. Your traditional Zeus
One of the many.
god design. You kind of
I
say
was
the
gonna
same.
say it was gonna be one of the many, hundreds of sons of Zeus.
But you could kind of say the same about Boomer with just kind of being a troll, but he was at least very memorable to the point where both me and you instantly remembered how he played.
Yeah, like at least he brought something to the table.
Yeah.
Lightning Rod did not provide anything.
Yeah. I remember playing the pirate level a lot.
Yeah, the pyro level was very fun.
Yeah, I don't recall.
Especially the.
I don't recall. Did it have any special gimmicks, or was it just fun and well themed?
I think it was just fun and well themed. Though you do get to play a game mode where you have to match two different cards together, and you would even get abilities to like either mix up the cards or add more time to actually search for more cards.
I think I also recall. I think I also recall that at a certain point you do end up having a ship on ship sea battle.
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about that. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, I do think it deserves to go in A tier. I think that's a perfect placement.
All right.
Next, we have Prison Break. This guy was very fun to play as,
Yeah.
especially with his upgrades. It changes the color of his crystals as well.
Yeah, I remember playing as Prison Break. I don't think I ever finished his upgrade paths, but I know that I wanted to. He was one of those I didn't quite finish, but I know that I wanted to do so. So where should we put him?
I think he honestly deserves to go in S tier. He's very fun to play as, and I really like his character as well.
Alright. Then we have the shield, which I think rotated around you, right?
Pretty much. It basically acted as like a second set of armor for your Skylanders.
Alright.
That being said, I think it deserves to go in C tier.
Alright.
Like, it was very strong, but it was not effective.
Yeah.
Next up, we have Slam Bam. Probably one of the strongest Skylanders on this list.
And probably one that I played once or twice.
Oh. Yeah, but I do like one of his upgrade paths where you are able to like summon like a giant ice anvil and slam it onto other enemies.
I don't recall that. I probably would have liked him a lot more if I had realized that was an ability he could get.
But anyways, I think he deserves to go in A tier.
Alright.
Okay. Next we have Sonic Boom.
I recall really liking that you could end up getting a little buddy at the end of the upgrade path.
Yeah, that was a very interesting gimmick. I think this is technically one of the first time where you can actually summon like a buddy. Yeah, I mean, besides Double Trouble, Sonic Boom also had like little minions to fight alongside her.
Yeah.
I think in one of the upgrade paths as well, but you can have the children do extra damage as well, but making her pretty much a one lady army. I was about to say one man army, but she is clearly not a man.
Yeah, so where should we put her?
I think she belongs in A tier.
Alright.
She's one of the very few good Air Skylanders.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm looking back at all the characters. I'm realizing just how many memorable Skylanders were created at the time of Giants. Because there were a number of them that got made then.
Yeah.
Sparks.
Yeah. Honestly, I like I've as stated before, I did not know that Spyro had his own game before Skylanders, so I had no idea why this little bug was even an expansion item in the first place. Like
Yeah.
all the other items made sense, and then you have this bug who showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Like I don't even remember what he does. Like, does he attack enemies alongside
I
you?
don't recall either.
Okay, well, since we neither of us recall, I think we should put it in C tier.
Alright.
Next up, we have Stealth Elf.
I think I used her more than some of the characters on the list, but I still don't think I used her that often.
Not gonna lie, I did not like her. Like, her moveset was weak, her attacks were weak, and she was also so slow for some reason.
Ah. I think
Like, you would.
one of the things I did like was the ability to have the fake clone.
Yeah, I was trying to get to that one ability where, like, the fake clones have, like, these giant blades at the end as they spin.
Hmm.
Like, that's one of the reasons why I purchased her, but also to complete the collection, of course.
A lot of them was just to complete the collection on my end.
To be fair, yes.
Yeah.
But anyways, I think she deserves to go in D tier.
Uh, I'll
You're
say
gonna.
that.
Oh, you're gonna go against me, DJ. Or
If
we're gonna have a
if you're not with me, you're my enemy. uh,
I should have known that you were taking over, DJ.
but I'm gonna say put her a little up there because she is still a memorable character, and I did enjoy playing as her, even though camo became my default, at least for the first game, for the life element.
Alright, fine.
Though, the one that I would play a lot of the life element was actually Stump Smash. I would play him a decent bit.
Sorry, I was looking at my phone. It was buzzing.
Ah,
But anyways, I really liked Stomp Smash, both as a character to play as and as a character in general. Like, his design is very cool, and I love how his hands are like literal hammers that look like stumps.
yeah.
So
I think I liked trying to spit the spiny seed things at the enemies, as well as just smash them.
yeah, that's what I always did with Stump Smash. Like, I would always spit out the giant spiky acorns and then like smash them. That being said, I think he deserves S tier.
All right.
Sunburn.
I don't recall why, but I recall liking him somewhat for some reason, but I can't recall why.
I think he was more of a toss-up for me. Like, in the game where you get, or like the expansion pack where you got him. Like, I played as him because that's what I would always do with the expansion packs. Like, I would like play the Skylander that was given to me in those. And when I played as Sunburn, he like died immediately when he was was passing through those flame things.
Ah.
And that's what ticks me off more. Like, he's a phoenix dragon, but yet he dies from fire.
Yeah. Mm.
Like, you would think that he being a dragon and a phoenix, he would be fireproof, but no, but fire literally kills him.
I feel like if they went back and redid him, he should have an ability like Crash Bandicoot's from Imaginators.
I never played him in Imaginators.
He has extra life boxes that he can get.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah.
That's honestly, yeah. Like him being a phoenix, yeah, it would make sense for him to have one.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. If they went back and did like even a second version, even like the second version of him, and it doesn't apply to his first figure. If his second version's soul gem or another ability part of him or something ended up being having the ability to resurrect, that would be a lot. That would be really good.
Yeah, it would.
I think, having looked it up, I think what I had kind of liked about him was his ability to have his teleport and him basically being a flamethrower.
Yeah, I think those are his only good set of moves. That being said, I think he deserves to be in B tier.
B? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah, I said B.
Alright. You can probably put the rest of the little ones here actually as well, since they all just kind of ran around.
I mean, yeah, I was about to say
they all had the exact same pretty probably coding, except for name and appearance.
Yeah.
And maybe voice lines for entering. I recall playing Terrafin.
Terrafin was a very strong Skylander.
He was very fun to end up swimming through the ground at enemies with.
Yeah, and then like belly flop on top of them. Like,
yep.
That was the funnest part.
I could see myself now potentially ending up taking like a clip of that and putting the Jaws theme over it.
Yeah.
Where should we put him?
Not gonna lie, I think he's a great Skylander. Also, I think he's probably the strongest Skylander in Spyro's Adventure, so I say S tier.
Alright. I don't recall what this hourglass is or does.
I believe it slows down time for your enemies.
So basically, slows down. You stay your time, but all your enemies are slowed down.
Pretty much. I think it's a pretty good item to use, so I'm gonna say A tier.
Alright. Trigger Happy.
Yeah, I love Trigger Happy, yeah. Especially with his, like S tier. Immediate S tier.
Yes.
Along with legendary trigger happy. Like his golden guns and his abilities are just unmatched.
Yep.
Especially with his soul gem, where you can get infinite ammo for his minigun.
It's also fun to just have the ricocheting gold coins go flying everywhere and coating the screen.
Yeah.
This one I don't recall if you ever actually used, but this was the volcanic vault. I recall this specifically.
Yeah, I remember you telling me about it. I think it was like an exclusive.
It was an exclusive to something or other, and eventually I did track it down, actually. Well after the fact. Pretty much all it does. So this effectively is just something where if you want a complete collection, you need to grab it. But effectively all it does is, I think, add extra arena mode arenas.
I think that can go in C tier.
C tier?
Yeah, it doesn't do much for gameplay wise, but it is nice to have an extra arena.
Yeah.
Okay, next we have Voodooed.
I maybe played him like once or twice, but I think I've mainly just ever put him on just to fill out owned Skylanders.
Yeah, same. Don't remember much from Voodooed, other than his backstory, of course. Because I'm like, I wouldn't say the lore master of Skylanders, but still, I know a lot.
So you're claiming you're not Hugo then? Maybe I need to bring some
No.
sheep near you.
Oh, okay. That's a low blow. I'm not even afraid of sheep.
I was just furthering the joke. Not trying to actually just be serious. He is the one that, he would be the character to know the lore.
I mean, you're probably not wrong.
But yeah, where should we put him?
That being said, I think he should go in B tier.
B?
I remember him being a decent character to play as.
I feel like I recall Tornado being interesting, but I don't recall playing him often.
This guy sucks. Like, he's slow as hell and his abilities are weak. That being said, I think he deserves an immediate F tier.
Since I can't remember exactly anything to say otherwise, I guess that makes sense. I do like his design, though.
His design is fun, yes. A little Pokemon-esque, maybe, but his moves do not make up for it.
Let's see. I'm blanking on name.
Whamshell.
Yeah. Whamshell was another one I just never touched.
I remember playing him all throughout, I think it was Giants, maybe? Yeah, it was Giants. I remember getting ability, where it upgrades his mace so that, like, when you slam it onto the ground, it shoots, like, spikes all over enemies, dealing a lot of damage.
Huh.
That being said, I think he deserves to go in A tier, just for that.
I'm gonna say a little lower just because I don't remember anything about him.
That's the second time that's happened, DJ. You trying to go against me?
Yes, Whirlwind. I wanted to say Whirlwind, but it made it sound too much like I was thinking of a Pokemon move.
Whirlwind, I choose you.
Or more accurately, it would be like such and such flying type Pokemon use the move Whirlwind.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah. I can see that. But anyways, I remember pulling out Whirlwind after so many years, and I accidentally had her unicorn horn bent. And I tried to bend it back into place, but it would not happen.
You see, my copy, the wing had actually popped out of its whole little thing. It was intact.
No.
It just had popped out the whole thing. So, you know what my dad had ended up doing? Glued it back in place. Because it wasn't like it sheared off or anything. Like, the whole wing just was not glued in properly.
Oh.
So the whole wing was in the package still. So it was just, you had the whole tab that was supposed to slide in and be glued in still connected to the wing. Nothing was actually broken, it just wasn't glued together properly. So we glued it together properly, and it is perfectly fine now. And has been for however long.
Okay. That out of the way, she does have a special ability that is able to heal other Skylanders, which I think is actually very useful.
I think you can also bounce her attacks off other attacks of hers.
Interesting. And I think Whamshell and Bash had like the same ability too, where they're able to swing and then hit an enemy's projectiles back at them.
Well, it's not quite the same in the sense of, I think she had an attack that caused a cloud to appear, and I think you could bounce your other attack off her cloud to give it extra distance.
I thought you were talking about the enemy's attack.
Nope.
Okay. Okay. That being said, where do you think she should go?
I'm not certain. I recall occasionally using her, but also not playing as her often.
Maybe put her in C tier.
Alright.
Yeah. Then you have the boots.
Yeah.
These, from what I recall, make you run faster. And I think it also makes your abilities move fast as well.
I don't recall using it very much.
Not gonna lie. Yeah, I think I only used it once. That's mainly because I didn't find speed to be an important ability to have.
You know what would actually probably be useful? Combining this with any of the characters that you mentioned that are slow.
Yeah. I mean, that's probably where it might have been more useful.
Yeah.
But still.
Where should we put it?
I mean, I think it deserves to go in D tier.
Alright.
Like, other than the use for, like, slower Skylanders, not that useful overall.
Yeah. Wrecking Ball, I recall playing a decent bit of, but I don't recall having a super fond attachment to.
Yeah, the only reason I only ever played Wrecking Ball a lot was for his Soul Gem, which was the ability to eat your enemies.
Yeah.
And I think it also, like, gave him health, I think.
So where should we put him?
And I say in B tier. Like, he's a great Skylander, but he's not too overpowered.
Alright. I would not have much first-hand knowledge for Zap. I just recall him working plenty well for my sister.
Yeah, Zap was a good character to play as, and I think his design is very unique among the others. I don't have a lot of fond memories of him, so put him
I
in.
don't directly have fond memories of him. I have the fond memories indirectly of him being my sister's go-to.
Understandable.
But I don't have any myself because I would often play Skylanders with her, and therefore I never really played him.
Right.
I never really got to. So yeah. So where should we put him?
And I say C tier.
Alright.
Finally, we have Zook. He is probably one of the first Skylanders I was introduced to, and that's and it's from the trailer where Boomer is all like, "Load up."
I feel like I remember playing him some. I think I recall him being somewhat fun, but I don't think I ever really got attached to his design.
Yeah, his design kind of throws me off. Like, he's supposed to be like a sentient bamboo stick, I think.
Where should we put him?
Put him in B tier. Like, he's
Alright.
not great, but he can be fun to play as.
Okay.
So that's right. So that wraps up Skylanders Adventures tier list.
Well, Spyro's
Not gonna
Adventure.
lie. Wait, what did I say?
Skylanders Adventures.
Oh, whoops. Different series. My bad.
But yeah.
Did I really say Skylanders Adventures?
I think so.
It's like natural instinct now.
Well, see everyone next time.
Yep, see ya.